Okay, this is episode 20.21.7, and it's called More Options Than Days. A strange thing occurred to me recently. I determined that I only had, if I made it to be 100, a little more than 9,000 days left, and that I had more options of things to try and think about than I had days left. As an example, just the bass. So I probably have a couple of dozen different products that allow me to create bass sounds. And this particular one called Trillion, and this is actually the electric piano patch version of it. But even just the bass alone has hundreds of different preset sounds, and they're all editable. I can get thousands of different bass sounds from a single plugin, and I have, 10 different plugins that are all extremely editable and capable. Technically, I might be able to get a different bass sound every day for the rest of my life without ever repeating. That's why the topic is called More Options Than Days. And that's just the bass. I've got a lot of other instruments in here too. But it occurs to me that we now live in a time where we have more options than days. I would guess that the average laptop and the average phone can do more things than anybody in the world will ever need to do. 30 years ago when personal computers came out, or maybe it was 40 years ago, there was a time when I had every music app that ran on a Mac, every single one. And now nobody can. It's impossible. It is not possible for a single human being to even try all the apps in a particular category, never mind all the categories. And it's impossible for everybody to even know all of the different commands that are possible. Operating systems have thousands and thousands of commands. If you learned a new command every day for the rest of your life, and you were 0 today, and you were going to live to be 100, you got less than 40,000 days. You're not going to make it. We all live in a world now where we have more options than we actually have days. Is that kind of crazy for a person who really loves options? It never occurred to me before that I was going to have to narrow down my options to fit into the remaining more than 9,000 days that I have left, even if I make it to 100. It's a sobering thought to have more options than days. Kind of like when you're playing a keyboard and you have more options of notes that you can play as well. Just think, some musicians play the same 20 tunes for their whole life. Even playing one tune, if you're a jazzer, is not going to be the same every time you play it. So, more options than days. more different drummers, more different bass players, more different ideas. Is this a problem? I don't know. I think it's kind of pretty cool. For a person who's addicted to options, it just never occurred to me that there was literally no hope whatsoever of me being able to even check out the options I had now. And I'm still in the habit of creating more options. I've had people tell me to stop creating options. I've gone to meetings when people have said, we have a problem, we don't know what to do. And I would tell them one thing and another thing and another thing, and pretty soon there were so many things that everybody was confused, and they said, please stop creating options. Well, now that I realize I've got more options than days left, I'm beginning to think maybe I don't need to create any more options. Maybe now I need to move into a curation space where you think about which options make more sense than the other ones instead of just spewing out options because you can. You can play so many different things. More options than days. Think about it. Do you have more options than days? I bet you do. Episode 21, Segment 7.